Hi everybody, welcome. Jenny here and Mel behind the camera. We are excited to bring you this fun craft today where you will be learning about resin and then how to color a piece of wood. This is a keychain. The keychain is already attached, so that's amazing. And then we're gonna learn how you can color your piece of wood and then resin on top. Let's talk about supplies that you'll need. First of all, it's very important that you have the UV resin. So we've got this little bottle of UV resin. Notice that it's in a black bottle. This is to protect it from any UV rays, like from the sun, or maybe there's lights that have UV resin in them. Once the UV light touches the resin, it begins to harden and create a shiny coating. I want everyone to twist their bottle open. If this is your first time using your resin, there is a little cap inside here. It's a little plastic piece that you will need to peel off and just put on the side. They put that in there for shipping purposes so it doesn't get everywhere. And then you will be able to then tighten it from here, and then you can loosen this and the resin will pour out of this area. We'll get back to that later. I just wanted to make sure you've prepared it, taken that little cap off. Another thing that you have is a little light. This is actually a light, and you'll plug it in to a USB plug, like what you put your phone in, plug your phone in. And this cool little light has these little legs that pop up. I love it because it's very compact. Okay, and then you can set it down. And right behind here, there's another little, this cord isn't very long. There's another little button here that you can press. Bam, light comes on, press it again and it turns off. So you'll need that on the side, okay? Other items that you'll need, markers, any type of markers that you have, a cup of water, paintbrush, paper towels for cleanup, toothpicks. You need some toothpicks, and of course your keychain. I'm gonna be working on this shape today, and let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to have you do is take your markers. So you could totally paint on this with paint, watercolor, acrylic paint, markers. But today I'm gonna show you a watercolor technique that you can do with markers that you have on hand. Even if you don't have any watercolors, we're gonna change these markers into watercolors to give it a nice little wash like this. You can choose any color that you want. I want to do something like a rainbow. So the first color I'm gonna do is like a pink. Let's do pink, okay? And this is how I'm gonna make my watercolor. I've got this little baggie here, okay, a little baggie. And I'm gonna take my marker and I'm gonna color on the baggie just to get some color on there. I'm gonna take my paintbrush and I'm gonna mix water. And that has created this nice little pool. That's watercolor. Hello. Just that easy. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that watercolor and just paint it straight on my wood. It's so nice. Next color, I think I'm gonna do a little yellow. Make a little puddle. Oh, that's a great color. And paint right next to it. It's a nice little transition there. Next color that I'm going to do is this gorgeous blue. A little bit of that blue. And this plastic surface, it's great. It's a great little watercolor palette. Ooh, pretty color. This blue. And when it touches the yellow, it makes green. I love it. See that? That little stripe of green. And then purple. And this makes for a really easy cleanup too. Super easy. Little purple. And you guys take your time, color it how you want. And voila. You could do both sides if you want. Right now we're just gonna focus on one side. I want you guys to get your fish or your wood shape colored. And once it's colored, then I'm gonna show you how to resin on top. Okay. You can clean your palette easy, just like that. You have a brand new palette. Okay, so next, once your piece of wood is dry, and it shouldn't take that long, we didn't use too much water, and actually a lot of it probably absorbed in the wood already. This next part is where we're going to use our resin. So what I want you to do is, and you can watch me first and then you can do it, but we want to pour a small amount of resin on top of here. And we're going to think about how much resin can cover this shape without going over the edges. I pour the resin right in the middle, and I'm going to start off with, let's see, maybe a big chocolate chip size. And I always like to work with small amount and then gradually add a little more. So it kind of flattened out, just smaller than a dime. I'll probably need more, but I'm gonna start with this. And I like to have it laid down on my table and then take a toothpick. It's my tool. And I'm going to slowly spread it over to the side and cover the entire top without going over the edge. Now I can already tell that I need more resin, but I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. Much easier to add. You can't take away this resin without it going over the top. So just work a little bit at a time. All right, so I have covered the entire top layer, and it doesn't have any dimples. It's very smooth, so that way I know I have enough resin. And I went to the edge without going over. I've tried to pop any bubbles that I have in there. Might have a couple. There we go. Now the next step is to set it with the lamp. I do want to make sure that my UV resin is away from the light. Although it's in a black bottle, you still don't want UV light directly shining on this bottle. So I just kind of push it away, and then I will pull my keychain directly under the light and push the light one time. I'm just going to cover it with, I have a little piece of paper here. I'll just cover it to protect our eyes. But by pushing the button one time, what this does, it will go off in 1 minute. And 1 minute's time is perfect for this lamp to set and create a hard layer with the resin on top. I've got this fun nail polish on that shines in the light too. That's fun. Okay, in the meantime, I will put everything away. Make sure it's nice and neat. Can throw my toothpick away. I don't need that anymore. Oh, 1 minute, done. Let's take a look. It is completely hard on top. I'm very happy with that and how it looks. Now, if yours is just a little bit tacky, you can always stick it under your light for another minute, and that should do the trick and harden it. But mine is done and ready to embellish my keychain with all my keys. So cute. Please, if you'd like, you could totally paint the backside too. You could even write your name on it or somebody's name and give it as a gift. But these are great little treasures and keychains with resin. Hope you had fun. Bye.